Hello vinyl community, this is Randy, back today with another video. James Griffiths has come up with a thread regarding compilation albums and genre-specific compilation albums. So I guess, the thread is just to show some compilation albums that are compile songs of a specific genre. So I'm going to show you some compilation albums today, and I'm going to show these to you in order of like the time periods that they focus on. So the first one that I have is The Roots of Rock and Roll, Rockabilly. J.D. Lewis on the front, and I'm not sure who that is. But this is a great compilation of rockabilly songs, rockabilly classics. I guess I'm not a huge rockabilly fan, don't know too much about it, but it seems like these would be some of the ones that would be the standards. Carl Perkins' Blue Suede Shoes, Gene Vincent, Bebop-A-Lula, Oh Boy by Buddy Holly and the Crickets, George Jones, White Lightning, Charlie Rich, Lonely Weekends, Johnny Burnett, Train Kept Rollin'. The song was done later by Yardbirds, Aerosmith, Johnny Cash and the Tennessee 2, Get Rhythm, and then the Big Boppers, Chantilly Lace, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On by J. Lee Lewis, Ooby Dooby by Roy Orbison, I know that by Creedence Clearwater Revival, Conway Twitty, Charlie Rich, them four people I'm not really familiar with: Chuck Miller, Billy Lee Riley, Guy Mitchell, and Ray Campy and his Rockabilly Rebels. So, yeah, this is a rockabilly compilation, so good introduction to rockabilly. This label is called Imperial House, out of Hopkins, Minnesota. So, yeah, I've never seen that label on any other record. The next one that I have here is English In Groups. Mickey Most presents English In Groups. So it's kind of like, I guess it'd be kind of like British invasion bands that were produced by Mickey Most, who I guess was an English record producer. So there's a couple of big hits on here: Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter by Herman's Hermits, and House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. And two other songs by those bands, Bring It On Home to Me and Wonderful World. I think those are both Sam Cooke songs. These other bands, though, Cherokee, Cymbals, and Mocats, I've never heard of them before. I don't know, maybe people in England might be more familiar with them. I don't think they were hits in the United States, though. Mocats sounds really cool, though. Cymbals and Cherokees were okay. I mean, no problem with those. Mocats really sounded very cool. There's a song with Right String Baby, but the Wrong Yo-Yo. But the other song, You Came Along, was really good, too. So I like that one. So, yeah, this is basically a compilation of Mickey Most managed bands. I guess that would be their genre. These next four records are ones that I mentioned during one of Freaks in the Garage live streams a month or so ago. Might have been called Dead Wax 66 at that time. Anyway, I mentioned these compilation albums, and one of the other viewers on there said she would like to see them. So I'm going to finally get this. Seems like a good reason to go ahead and show these records. So these are really good records, and they compile the genre of garage rock. Yes, this is Pebbles Presents Highs in the Mid-60s. This is, I think there's over 20 volumes of this. I've got 4 of them. I got these when I was at a KFJC record swap in the mid-90s. There might have been 2 or 3 record swaps. The same guy, I think, was always there. Record swaps are basically, record shows there at Foothill Junior College in Los Altos, California. So they are, garage rock bands. I was going to try to choose like maybe a couple songs from each one to highlight, but these are really strong. I mean, all these songs are really good. All the bands are really cool. There's information about each band And then this just sort of tells, you know, the story of how they went about compiling them and stuff. So, uh, yeah, it's not exactly hi-fi, but the songs on it are great. So, yeah, there's no bands really that you know, to speak of that I could name for you that are, you know, well-known bands. So, anyway, that's Volume 8, The South. I also got Volume 12, Texas, Part 2. Here are the bands that are on this one. So yeah, they're already on the second compilation for Texas. Here's what the records look like. They all look exactly like this. They all have the same green label. Michigan, Part 3. A lot of garage rock up there in Michigan, I guess, because they're on Part 3. This one is probably the best known of this series because of Iggy Pop is the drummer. Jim Osterberg, I guess was his name at the time. He's the drummer for the Iguanas, and he actually sings the song on here, which is called Again and Again, and it does. It sounds like him. You can tell it's him. So that's very cool. Early Iggy Pop on here. The last one of these I have is Volume 22, The South, Part 2. So, yeah, that guy was there at 3 or 4 of those shows. I wish I'd gotten more of these. Of course, it's too late now. So, yeah, once again, there's just, you know, those bands. I'm not familiar with any of those names, but, yeah, there they are. Yeah, so those would have all been like from the mid-'60s, beginning in the mid-'60s, or maybe the earlier '60s, but through the mid-'70s. This is a 10th anniversary of James Bond themes. So there's one right there. I think this is probably well, I'm not sure what this is. James Bond is Back, I guess is what this would be called. So this just compiles some James Bond themes. This is actually a 2-record set. Must have come out in about 74 or 75. I guess the genre would be James Bond themes. United Artists Records. This is a compilation of mid-'70s funk groups. Bands that were on Prestige Records. And, sorry, I just want to make sure. I think they were all on Prestige. And, yeah, heavy funk from the mid-'70s. It's called Purple Funk 2. So this is the second volume. There was a Purple Funk. I did not get that one. This is on Jazz Dispensary. Inner sleeve looks like. So, yeah, you know, once again, I've just never heard of these people. Bobby Rush, Johnny Hammond, Side Effect, Dom Umrao. I don't know. I don't know these bands, but it sounds real cool. Yeah. So take a look at these. So yeah, these were compiled. I think about 2017 or 2018. This came out, and this is one cool looking. Sort of a purple vinyl, very light shade of purple. Yeah, Jazz Dispensary, Purple Funk. In the early '80s, I guess, in England, there was a ska revival. Two-Tone Records artists. So, this is a soundtrack from the movie Dance Craze, The Best of British Ska Live. So, I guess you got, I don't know, I guess this qualifies as a compilation album. It's a live album, but the bands that were well known in the United States on here are The Specials, English Beat, and Madness. English Beat, known as just The Beat, I think, in England. And also on here are Bad Manners, The Selector, and The Body Snatchers. So, yeah, these are cool ska type songs. And yeah, this is on Chrysalis records. Get a new inner sleeve for this. Yeah, Chrysalis. They use the sort of the two-tone label though, so that's cool. Yeah, using this inner sleeve, which is just now disintegrated. And the last compilation I have to show you today is this hardcore compilation from the early 80s. Peace and War. This is a 2-record set with 55 bands, 55 songs. Hardcore. It's a benefit record. They're trying to raise money. It comes with this booklet, this magazine, Peace, Energy, Action, Cooperation, Evolution. So there's basically like a page in here for each band to express their philosophy, I guess, or do their lyrics, or I think they. Well, I don't know how they made it. It looks like they sort of gave each band their own page, though. So yeah, this is hardcore from the early 80s. They also stuck in this record some like flyer type things. I'm not really sure where these came from though. Fanzine. Hardcore fanzines from them, and this shows all the bands that play on it. So there's 55 bands on here, so some of them are pretty well known. Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, Septic Death, Cheetah Chrome, Dead Kennedys, Subhumans, Butthole Surfers, so Neon Christ, Afflicted. A lot of bands on here though, 55 bands. It seems like there was one more. Yeah, DOA from Canada. So, yeah, 55 hardcore bands. I am not really certain I ever listened to all 4 sides of this. That's a lot of hardcore. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, thanks for the idea, James. I like showing this compilation records. I don't think I've shown those before, so yeah, cool idea. Genre-specific compilation. So let me know what you think about those, and I hope everybody's having a great day out there, and thanks very much for watching.